Local CIA black station's gone dark, set up in the wake of the Singapore disaster. The station was tasked with keeping an eye on the local operations. Since the wall went up and the authorities abandoned evacuation efforts, the place has been pretty much run by the dominant criminal organization, the 54 Immortals. Tell me what you got from the CIA.
The data package covered the whole sordid history. Explosion at the old Coalescence facility killed 300,000. Evacuation and reclamation efforts were abandoned in the wake of the superstorm.
So what's so important here that the CIA has to send us in to investigate?
The Immortals have known links to the CDP and its allies. Weapons and tech smuggling, mostly.
No wonder the CIA are worried.
You got hostiles inbound, dead ahead.
Their grunts will have to reboot. Take them out while we have the chance.
Enemy warlord.
Reinforcements coming down the street.
They ain't a real threat.
Enemy right ahead. Kane, we got eyes on the black station.
Okay, let's find out what we're dealing with here. What the hell tore through here? Something left in a hurry. Kane.
Could be 54I grunt detonations.
Yeah, maybe if the doors were blown in. But they're blown out. Something up ahead. Get ready. You hear that? There's someone in there. We need this door open now. Let's go.
There's no need for brute force. Sometimes you just need to knock.
Let them wash over you like the gentle waves of the bluest ocean. Let them envelop
Holy
you,
fuck.
comfort you. Imagine somewhere calm. Imagine somewhere safe.
Turn that shit off.
Imagine yourself in a frozen forest.
What the fuck is this, Kane?
Running a search now. Denial of reincarnation. Perpetrated by Jay Zhang. 54 Immortals Enforcer. It was an execution method reserved for their worst enemies. And performed while they were still alive. Oh no. That's not good.
What? Something else?
They data drives. They're gone. Surveillance footage, reports, debriefs, everything we came here to download and clear. Local hard copy of a CIA black site provides a daily sync with ongoing CIA global activity. If that gets out...
It would compromise every CIA operation around the world.
What about the drive's tracker?
Biodomes. The heart of 54 Immortals operations and home of brother-sister team and leaders, Go Min and Go Julan.
So let's go get our drives and give them a little payback.
My scans show that that thing is still live. You're not going to keep that near your bunk, are you? Yes, of course you are. The date of manufacture stamped on those is 1915. That would suggest that rather than being standard issue, these may well have been a pair that saw action in the World War of 1914 to 1918 and had been given to a son when he joined the Army in the late 30s or early 40s. That robotic hand isn't that different from your cybernetic replacement. They even share a number of internal subsystems. Even the control signals used to drive it are the same, issued directly from the robot's central processor, or by your DNI implant in response to your neural impulses. That thing is pretty shot. I was able to extract some of the sales recording if you want to hear it. Unsurprisingly, I'm getting negative power readings off that canister, which means I can't connect to the inventory system to determine what that thing is holding. Those things are manufactured to survive substantial impacts and are coated in the same self-repairing smart materials that make up your body armor. Lucky for us, the containment is designed to remain active in the event of power loss. Be careful with that. Clearly mass-produced and sold in bulk for decorating large apartment blocks. I did a little digging on the apartment that you found it in. It turns out that the original buyers of those apartments had an online community before the megastructures were turned into refugee camps. The shaped charge on that really won't pack much of a punch. Certainly wouldn't take down a GIU. You might want to just stick with your grenades. That's one ugly augmentation. Looks like it was externally powered, while the wiring we saw in the lab would suggest that it lacked any of the high-bandwidth near-field communication systems that you guys use to interface with external systems. The surgery to install it must have been pretty invasive. The recovery time would have been significant, and it wouldn't function outside the laboratory. It also doesn't have any of the biocompatibility coatings that yours do. They must have either been suppressing the test subject's immune systems or just not expecting them to survive long enough for rejection to be an issue. Who would have consented to test one of these? Crazy that wars were won and lost with these things. It's hardly portable and would only have had a range of around 15 miles. The AM band that it broadcast on would also have been susceptible to atmospheric conditions, and as far as I can tell, there's no concept of encryption or secure channels. The resolution of that immersion must have been unbelievable. The reproduction you printed based on data pulled from your computer-assisted memory is so good that analysis suggests that it's actually playable, or would be if we had anything capable of doing so. Who crafts simulations like that? That molecule looks like it's an organophosphate. Although the damage to the board means I couldn't tell you which one. Could be an insecticide. Could be a nerve agent. Could just be an EP additive for a manufacturing process. Based on what happened here, there's speculation that there must have been some kind of potent war gas released. This could support that theory.
So, I wanted to ask you. Kane thinks Taylor's behind the Black Station hit. Shouldn't their DNI show her exactly where they are?
Kane said they're off the grid. They must have found a way to disable their DNI tracking.
I'm not so sure. I think our LNO's keeping something back from us.
I think you're being paranoid. I read her file. She's been through some bad ops, heavy situations. Lived through it all. I think she's being straight with us.
I guess we'll see.
In light of today's revelations, there is little doubt that this information has been deeply damaging to our strategic operations, exposing many of our troops to attacks from enemy forces.